All right, here we go, page 5. And page 5 has a lot of the same stuff going on. It's all on the same page here. It's all on the same page on the practice exam. It's all on the same page on the exam. So you can hopefully use some of the information on this page to help yourself out with some other stuff. Like for instance, the first thing it says is solve the equation and graph it below. Graph just means find the zeros and roots. If you remember, finding the zeros and roots means to set each of these terms equal to 0. When I do that, everybody can do that one. You just minus 4 to both sides. When you do this, it's not as hard as you think. You would divide, and you take the cube root. And the cube root of 0 is still 0. In fact, anytime there's just one term, it's always 0. And the last one, minus the 3 first. You know how to do this. And divide by 2. And if you divide that in your calculator, you get negative 1.5. Okay? Now, even this blank is for evens and odds. Okay, it's the multiplicity, etc. Okay, so the evens or odds are based on the exponents. Exponent. So the exponent here is odd. The exponent here is even, and the exponent here is even. And now let's go plot those points. And negative 4 is right here. 0, negative 1.5 would be between negative 1 and negative 2. And I got to figure out my total power here. My total power is add up the exponents here. 3, 5, it's 9. So if it's odd, it starts down and it ends up. I would suggest when you're doing your cheat sheet that you write those rules down. Okay. So I'm going to, let's see, come up to negative 4. It's an even, so I bounce off it. I come up to negative 1.5. It's an even, so I bounce off it. I come up to 0. And it's an odd, so I go through it and I end and start where I'm supposed to. Here's the thing to keep in mind here. These are not in order of the way they are here. A lot of people will see that and they'll go through it and they'll see that and they'll bounce and they'll see that and they bounce. The problem with that is 0 is that one, negative 4 is that one, negative 1.5 is that one. So please match up the correct term here. If you have to write them in order here so that you do it correctly here, that's okay too. They don't have to be in that order. Okay. The x-intercepts, negative 4, negative 1.5, and 0 are used to find where it's positive, which means above the x-axis, or negative, which means below the x-axis. So it's not even positive anywhere except for right here. It's positive at the end. The other ones are all negative, which if I put negative infinity here and infinity here, then I can just write my intervals. 0 to infinity is positive. All the rest are negative. Simple as that. Done. Okay? We're going to do the exact same thing to start this next problem. We're going to find the zeros, which are at negative 4, 0, 2, and 4. Okay? And then I'm going to do even or odd. Remember, even means I bounce off. So right here, that's an even. The rest are all odd because they all went through them. I'll plot those here. Do you need to do this on the number line? No. If you can just look at it and tell me the positive intervals, which are right here and right here, between 0 and 2 and after 4. The others are negative because they're all below. Again, positives up here, negatives down there. Then I can do my intervals positive and negative here. Again, 0, 2, and 4 to infinity. I've got negative infinity and negative 4. Again, what I want you to recognize, ladies and gentlemen, is these are the exact same as what we've done up above. Nothing is different until I get to here. Okay? And maximum minimas are just the tops of hills or the bottoms of valleys. Okay? So where does the top? There's a top right there at x equals negative 4. There's a top right there at x equals 1. There's a bottom right here, and that is not right at negative 3 or right at negative 2. It's right between it. I'm going to call it negative 2.8. Okay? And then another one right here at x equals 3. I don't even care if you put x equals. If you just put the numbers, you're going to be okay. Then I got to put those on this number line to try and figure out where is it decreasing or increasing. Negative 4, 2.8. Again, if you can do this without this number line, great. Please do. It is going uphill, so it is increasing. And these always trade up. Decreasing, then increasing, then decreasing, then increasing. They always go every other. So increasing is negative infinity, which is what's at the end, to negative 4. Negative 2.8 to 1. And 3 to infinity. Decreasing is the other ones. And that's it for this page, under 5 minutes. See you in the next one.